Now we're going to try our hands on sewing on an invisible zipper without using an invisible zipper foot. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is, I mean, if you have an invisible zipper foot, use that. If you can get one, get it. If you feel like you're only going to try this once, there's no need for that. You're always going to do lap zippers instead. Fine, then don't get it. Then we're going to try this. It is difficult. I might not even get a great result today, but I'm going to give it a shot. Because you have to be extremely precise. You have to, when you stitch, hit exactly in that groove here. If you hit just a smidge further in, you're going to hit the teeth, and then the zipper won't be able to close. And if you're going to hit just a smidge further out, then you are going to have a visible zipper. So get the invisible zipper foot if you can, because that's going to make everything so much easier. But if not, or if you misplace it and you have to, sew that seam right now, this is a good technique to know. I've prepared the fabric. I've marked where we're going to stop the zipper. I could have marked the seam line as before. We're absolutely going to place the zipper teeth at the seam line. The seam again is 3/8 of an inch, 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters. If your seam is a different size than that, or your zipper is a different width than that, you should mark your zipper. No, you should mark your seam with chalk or by basting it, or just simply sewing it on the machine so you have something, basting it on your machine so you have something to sew from. So I'm going to place my zipper here. Just going to line it with the top, just like before. Just like before, you can use Wonder Tape if you want. We could even hand baste it. We might actually want to try that. So I'm just going to hand baste the zipper in place. Start just pinning a couple of places here. Oh, that doesn't need to go anywhere. And I have just going to do a running stitch. It's easy to move afterwards. This is just temporary, keeping the zipper in place instead of pins. It's less bulky than pins, and it doesn't shift as easily. It can still shift depending on the size of the stitches you're using. When I started sewing, I didn't really want to do any hand stitching, and I didn't want to do any basting. Now I kind of like it. It's weird how that works. Just make sure here. I'm just going to do a little And I'm just gonna mark where the zipper stop is going to be, where we're gonna stop. I can remove that pen as well. And change the zipper, change the foot into a zipper foot. So here is the needle, here's the zipper coil, here is the groove that I want to hit. So I'm going to move my needle over. Just going to slowly lower it. Does that seem far enough in? That might work, yes. Okay. So I'm aligning here just because I feel like that will help me. And I have the needle here. I want to hit the groove here. So I'm actually going to lengthen my stitch just a tiny bit. I'm going to go back one more and see if we can do it. I am going very slowly and I am looking at the groove. So the key to doing this without the invisible zipper foot is to press the zipper open, or press it, the coil open, baste in place, and take it very slowly. And this was the zipper stop. I'm actually just going an extra stitch. There we are. And that's one side of the zipper done. We didn't hit the zipper coils, so that's good. If it's invisible enough, well, time will tell. Let's do the other side as well. Just like before, we have the zipper here, and we have to get the zipper teeth on the other piece to line with the seam line. So that's why it gets this little kink here, but that's okay, we'll fix that when we're done. And now I'm just going to pin it, to mark it, to baste it, and sew it. It is basted, and now I'm ready to stitch on the other side, just in the groove, just like I did before, but on the other side of the zipper foot. So it is the moment of truth. I have finished sewing on both sides. Basting stitches are still in case I need to remove anything. Let's see. It is not quite as good as if I had used an invisible, because you can see I can actually pull it apart, meaning that if it gets any strain, it will pull apart. I could probably, on the final, I could have gotten a little bit closer, that would have helped. But it's not bad either. A good press, and it will be invisible. The only thing you need to do now is to finish. You have to finish the seam below in the same way as we did when we used the invisible zipper, and that is it.